But one thing I was going to say is sometimes the D ain't worth it. Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our savage take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode.
The tipsy episode.
The what episode?
The tipsy episode.
Speak for yourself, Rose.
One of us is tipsy, and I can guarantee you it ain't me.
You can guess who.
The one with the Asian glow ain't me today.
Somehow I'm redder than a tomato.
You're so red. Daniel gets so red when he drinks.
This is an issue, guys. Every time I have one, even just
you turn into an Asian.
The moment an alcohol touches my lips. You know?
Oh my god. I don't know if I can add. Daniel texted me today and he's like, can we record a bit later? Because I'm drinking. And I was like, God damn, you're going to show up wasted.
No.
Thankfully, you did not show up wasted.
It could have been.
I warned you a few times.
You did. And it could have been way worse. I imagine if I showed up and I was like,
I was like, you cannot show up wasted. We must record today. I do not want to record with drunken Daniel.
This is true.
Although that might be kind of funny, to be honest.
This is true. It could be a fun time, Rose.
Yeah, drunken Daniel's pretty fun.
But it's more drunk if we're drunk together.
You mean it's more fun if we're drunk together?
Yeah,
you know what you just said?
What?
It's more drunk if we're drunk together.
No, well, I meant to say more fun. God
of course,
dang.
yeah. If one of us is drunk and one of us is not, it's just a little,
annoying.
Anyway, you guys, welcome back to another episode. So, amidst all the chaos of the world,
oh God,
and all the news,
the tariffs, the non-tariffs,
yeah. What? Okay, let's just touch on that for a brief moment. I was gonna be like, we're gonna provide you an escape from this, but I do want to what the fuck is going on with the goddamn tariffs?
I don't understand because it's the tariffs are still on certain Canadian things, but then all of a sudden they got lifted on other.
I heard it got
lifted.
There's
a 90-day pause.
Oh my God.
And the market's rebounded right away.
Yeah,
like,
see,
oh my
now
God.
I really believe that this was all just a scam to fuck over the market and then enrich the rich people.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, don't put your cash in yet. I'm going to make the market dip, invest, and then I'm going to pull back, and then it will bounce back and sell off.
Yeah, I honestly think that's what happened, because why else would you create such volatility? Why would you create such... Anyways, so we don't know what the fuck is going on.
No, it's crazy.
And quite frankly, at this point, I don't give a fuck.
I know, but people be protesting. I saw these,
people be protested.
I saw these videos of I don't know, I don't want to say millions, but so many people in the US are protesting everything happening with Trump, because not only have the markets been so volatile, been so crazy, but obviously the cost of goods have gone up a lot.
Yeah.
So they're
I wonder if they're making an impact.
I don't know.
That's the thing. Does it make an impact?
Is it going to make a change? I don't know. Can he get impeached? I don't know.
Impeach the motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Crazy
Anyways.
as hail. Crazy as all hail.
So, that's the news for the day.
Yeah. Well, one other thing I was going to say too. So apparently, allegedly, I haven't seen it yet, but apparently in some stores in Canada, they've started to put a T or something next to the product if it has a tariff, and also they were showing an example on TikTok. I haven't seen it yet though, guys. They were talking about orange juice, for example, and they're orange juice from California, obviously there's a tariff or something, and so they were showing specific goods that had a tariff.
They should mark the tariff and they should call it the Trump tax.
Yeah,
so that people are aware that that's where it's coming from.
Exactly, because
then people can actually understand, oh wow, he's actually making things more expensive.
There are some challenges though, because for example, I was grocery shopping the other day, and obviously a big movement in Canada is obviously do not buy US goods.
Right.
And as I was going through,
it's so hard.
It is. Well, certain things. Some things I could always find a Canadian alternative.
Yeah.
But some things, for example, I was trying to just buy I was making wraps, and I want to just the prepackaged salads.
Okay.
All of them are from the US.
Really? That's really interesting.
So many. I could barely find it.
You mean prepackaged the greens?
Yes. Yeah. So a lot of the greens and stuff that was all from the US.
It makes sense, because where are we gonna grow them here?
And also onions, the individual, because I usually buy individual ones, and the individual ones were all from the US, but the bag of
bulk.
the bag of I don't know 20 was from Canada, and I'm well, the thing is if I buy a bag of 20 onions, I know that some of them are gonna go bad because I'm not gonna use them fast enough. So I'm like,
I don't know. I keep them in the fridge and they last pretty long.
they do, but then they start getting the green stuff inside.
Yeah, I guess
them,
so.
and
I
I'm
guess
like,
so.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, you just one individuals.
This is it.
And then you don't cook as much as I do, so
exactly
make sense.
It'd be a problem.
It is a problem. I always buy the big things because they usually last me, but I understand.
Well, especially if you're cooking like 24/7, you know.
Oh god damn.
Must be a cookhouse.
That's what I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so guys, we thought today we're gonna have a little fun. We're going to bring back the favorite episode amongst many of you, which is what, Daniels?
It's Am I the Arsehole?
Yeah.
Where we go through the Reddit forum of where they individuals post stories.
About what?
And they ask if they're the asshole.
Yeah.
They say, hey, this happened in my life. Am I the asshole? And generally they are. Generally, I'm like, if you're posting on this forum, no offense to all of you guys that post on the Reddit forum because it's bringing us great content, so much appreciated. But also, I'm like, if you have to ask the internet forum whether or not you're an asshole,
then you're probably an
asshole.
asshole.
Chances are you're probably an asshole, or you're like a pushover. Because I feel like it's like one of the two extremes. It's either the person's an asshole.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a middle ground, obviously, but then or the person is like very like, I loaned my friend $100 and like they didn't pay me back and I got a little bit mad and asked them to pay me back. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, it's like they're begging for your
exactly. It's
approval.
Like you're so obviously not the asshole. What are you doing on here?
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got one ready for us?
No, I don't.
Well, you say we're ready, but you're not ready, Roses.
You know what? I picked one.
Okay, perfect. I love
it. Because you rushed me.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Am I the asshole because I wouldn't put my stepdad on my child's emergency contacts? Am I the asshole? So my mother and father broke up when I was around 12. She then got a partner who had zero interest in me. According to my family, my stepdad said he would adopt me, and my mom rightly said no, as he'd been in my life a year at most, and we didn't get along that year. And he didn't take it well. Oh my God, this is written really poorly. Ugh. FYI, guys, if I don't read it properly, it's because it's written poorly. My aunties say they think he took it out on me. Okay, so he wanted to adopt her, but it was only a year after they had got together, so it's like a little too soon, and then he didn't take it well. Okay. Yeah. This aggression got worse as I grew up. That's a very weird aggression. Anyway, this aggression got worse as I grew up. He'd do things like lock me out of the house when they didn't let me have a key. So if they'd forgot to leave a key, I'd have no other option but to try and see if any friends could let me stay at theirs, and many awful things in between. It would take an age to list. I probably wasn't the easiest child to deal with. Sure. Skip forward to the present day. I have a baby of my own, have had recent problems regarding my son and my parents. So the first was a family wedding we were all invited to. My son is only 2 years old and we are a big family who likes to drink. 7 o'clock was the latest I wanted to be there. Oh my God, this is okay. Anyway, I then got told the day before by my mom that she'd book me out a hotel room, and if I get a lift down with her, they're getting a taxi to the hotel around midnight. I said she shouldn't have done that without asking, and I'd already arranged a lift back. Her partner then got on the phone, called me selfish and childish, and that not everything is always about me. I ended up just not going to the wedding. The second time my mom... Oh, God. I'm tired already.
You got to get through it, Rose.
The second time my mom was looking after my child while I went to night school. She was going to have him until the morning and bring him home. When I got back home, I called to check how he'd gone down. He doesn't stay there too much. They have problems with him getting to sleep. They didn't answer me for the first 2 rings, and then my mom messaged me and it had a load of typos. Well, I see where you get that from. God, which isn't normal for her. I rang and she was drunk, slurring, and my 2-year-old was still awake in the background. When I asked if she'd been drinking, she started saying I was being stupid and she couldn't believe me. I walked to their house to get my child and she called me an unfit mother and threw his clothes at me. Jesus Christ. Her partner came out and asked me why I overreact so much. I just walked off. Since then, me and my mom once again are trying to repair, but I don't drive, and I asked her to drop off a form for my baby's nursery that he's due to start. She didn't drop it off and instead took it home and read through it. And when she saw that her partner wasn't on the emergency contacts, she asked me why and accused me of pushing him out. The fuck? She then said if he wasn't on the emergency contacts, she didn't want to be, and I told her I don't trust him after everything that's happened. He's never not once in my life ever been there for me in an emergency. He has only ever been a person who's made me feel worthless. I wouldn't bring him in an emergency for me or my child. Why would I put him down? He also doesn't drive, so it wouldn't be much use. She then said if that's how she felt, then she would cut contact with me. Am I the asshole?
Oh my God.
This is one of those, I lent my friend $100 and she didn't pay me back and I bitched at her. Am I the asshole? Like, oh my God, my parents are abusive. They were drunk when babysitting my baby.
Exactly.
I don't want them to be in my my mom's
stepdad to be an emergency contact. Like,
yeah.
Who the fuck cares? Like, honestly, those emergency contacts things are like, I get it. Like, when you have to fill out those forms, you have to put an emergency contact. I mean, like,
yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to get mad about.
Exactly. It's the stupidest thing.
Just, like, I kind of understand for a child, it's a little more important than like for an adult. Like when we go to the dentist and they're like, what's your emergency contact? I'm like, okay, this is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But then like, obviously it's there for a reason. Mm-hmm. For a child, it's probably more important, but still it's like, you're okay. The mom was already on the emergency contact.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Agreed.
Oh, goddamn, I'd be sorry. Goddamn, I'd be putting my phone on silent because Daniel be looking at me like I'd be a menace to society.
Well, that's one way to put it, Roses. Yeah, it's like again, like if the family's always like, I mean, her parents sound like they love a beverage, you know? And it's like, if you don't want to put somebody on your emergency contact, who the fuck cares?
That's such a weird thing.
It's a weird thing. Oh, I need to be on there. It's like, actually,
why?
I'd rather not be an emergency contact.
Yeah.
Just in case something does happen. You're not calling me.
It's a little too much responsibility in it for you.
I don't want that responsibility.
I don't think you do.
So please, friends, family that are listening to this podcast, don't put me as your emergency
Never rely
contact.
on Daniel. That's the lesson of today.
I like to be very, just self-contained, self-involved.
You really are.
That
doesn't surprise anybody.
Ain't relying on no one. Ain't relying on
you be an independent woman.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously not the asshole.
Yeah, let's see the
little
comment.
Assholey for going on this giant run-on sentence. But other than that, not the asshole. The mom is a fucking asshole for being like,
oh yeah, the mom.
First of all, this is your child. Like,
yeah.
I know your child's an adult now, but what a fucking dick.
I would be so mad if you're like, imagine your mom remarries, right? And for whatever reason, you're civil, but you don't really get along with her new husband. And then it's like, your mom's like, well, if you're not going to put him on your child's emergency contact, I'm going to disown you and not talk to you.
Yeah.
It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was here first.
Yeah,
bitch.
I'm your child,
I am
bitch.
your child. You birthed me out of your fucking birth canal.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
That's so weird.
It's like abandoning your child for this fucking shitty man.
Yeah, but some people
I think some people do. It's a thing.
Oh, it's so...
I know, it's icky.
It's very icky.
Like, ew.
Gross. Gross.
Let's see here. Stop. Take a breath. You do not leave a child with child abusers or people who, child abusers. You do not leave a child with people who drink to excess when they're in charge of the child. You do not leave a child with people. That's true. Maybe don't even add your mom to the list.
Yeah.
Because, like, goddamn. You do not leave a child with people who call the parent ugly names and emotionally abuse her, and might very well turn around and do the exact same thing to the child. And you do not have an emergency contact who does any of those things. I'm not just talking about your stepfather. I'm also talking about your mother. Why don't you cut and severely restrict contact with her after the wedding incident? No, why you didn't cut or severely restrict contact with her after the wedding incident suggests that you absorbed so much punishment and emotional abuse growing up that this seems normal to you. Yeah, this mom just sounds... Anyway, your stepfather isn't the only person who's made you feel worthless. Your mother has supported him and tolerated what he's said and done to you is equally responsible. Please get yourself to a therapist. Do not allow your child to be alone with them ever, forever. Not now, not in the near future, blah, blah, blah. So obviously not the asshole. Yeah, really fucked up.
That's not okay. God damn.
Yeah, so people are saying basically you should cut contact anyway.
Yeah. sound like
Yeah,
it.
I don't know. It's obviously easier said than done. Like,
Yeah.
it's your mom.
Because this is the thing that sucks is like you can't choose your parents. Like your parents are whoever birthed you, basically.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like you end up with shitty people, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's interesting because like sometimes obviously like depending on your upbringing and stuff, like you could be a product of that, or you could necessarily like not be, but then have these shitty parents to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that kind of sucks.
Yeah. Usually they give you some kind of trauma in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
What be next?
I think this would be a good one. Am I the asshole for accidentally exposing my friend's height?
Ooh. What is he? 4'11"?
I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's find out. We're doing a group project for class, and one of the girls was part of our group. We were just discussing the assignment, and eventually the conversation turned to height. I wasn't paying much attention. I guess he kind of liked her, so he claimed to be.
Oh no!
He claimed to be 5'7".
Oh no!
I'm only 5'11", and it would be pretty obvious he's not 5'7" when we stand next to each other. He's about at my chin level. She asked how tall I am, and I told her the truth, 5'11". He responded, "Ain't no way, dude. You got to be at least 6'1", 6'2".
Oh no!
I said, "Nope, I wish I was, though," and pulled out my license to prove it.
Oh no!
I saw him get visibly upset. He later texted me saying I screwed him over by exposing his height. I don't even think the girl cared about height at all. Am I the asshole?
Oh no!
Are these people like 10?
They sound 10.
They sound very young.
Maybe they're like 13. They're in school.
Like, I mean, there's some kind of project for class. Maybe they're in university. Who knows?
Here's the thing. If you're 5'7", 5'4", 5'11", thing is, she's already standing next to you. Mm-hmm. She can already see if you're a short king.
Exactly.
Okay, like,
this is it.
I don't understand this whole, like, I must, like, the number on the scale. It's like similar to being, like, obsessed with the number on the scale. Like, people can see you. Like, that's what matters. Like,
exactly. Like, they're going to take a look and they're going to see your body.
And they're going to decide if they like it or not.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be like, oh, I see this man over here, but he told me he was 5'7".
Yeah.
But, so, and I don't like him unless he tells me he's 5'11". Like, you know.
So, and you make a really good point, because let's break it down here. The difference between 5'7" and 5'5", they're still a short king. It's the same thing as if somebody's like 6'2" versus 6'4". Yeah. They're all fucking tall. You know, so it's like,
so you're still gonna be short. You're
exactly.
saying.
You're still short either way. Like, because honestly,
how short is he? You're like 5'4".
I don't know.
Bless him.
Yeah. The
it's
comments,
okay.
Not the asshole, obviously. So basically, this guy's angry because you failed to lie about something as obvious as height. And this is the thing. It's something that's
it's
super
like, what's the
obvious.
point of lying as well? It's
different if it's like your friend says something about you that maybe you didn't want people to know, and it's not obvious. It's like, okay, people can see how tall I am. People can see how curvaceous I am. People can see all of these things, right? So it's like, I can't lie about it. I can't be like, oh, I'm 110 pounds. It's like, yeah, my leg. You know? So it's like, come on. Let's see here. Not the asshole. Bro was trying to deny reality. I mean, presumably the girl knows her own height, so she can probably judge for herself how tall she thinks he is.
Like, anything more embarrassing than being short is you lying about your height.
100%.
Like, that's more embarrassing.
I think it's so cringe because you know people, there was like a joke that was going around about dating apps and everything, and about how, like, especially for guys, so like, okay, if a guy says he's like 5'7" in a dating app, he's actually like 5'5". Like, it was like all these guys were lying about your height, and I'm like, this is like literally the stupidest thing to lie about, because it's something where, like, it is obvious, right? Like, pretty obvious. Like, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm 5'2". Like, it's going to be obvious.
But they're trying to get through the door, you know?
Yeah, no, that's true. And
there's the gatekeepers, the height number on the goddamn
that's true.
app.
I know. I've known
ladies, we got to give the short kings a chance.
I've known a few women in my time having strict height guidelines on their dating restrictions. So it does happen, unfortunately, you know?
Well, I mean, I used to give the short kings a chance.
Mm-hmm. And then you found out they're just as terrible as the tall kings. You're like, oh, I'll give them a chance. Let's see if they're like, maybe they're nicer.
So you might as well go
guys.
for the taller ones, you know?
Exactly. Lying about your height to girls is really dumb. I don't know how many times a guy has told me, no, you've got to be taller than 5'8" because I'm, okay, you got me. I'm 5'8". I don't get it. Not the asshole. Anyway, it's not the asshole.
So not the asshole.
Yeah. Don't lie about your height, guys. Like, just there's no point lying.
there really is, like, honestly, it's more embarrassing that you got caught in the lie.
Oh, for sure. Like, imagine someone's like, hey, I'm 6'1", and then you go meet them on a date and they're actually like 5'9". Like, that's bullshit. Like, that's so shitty.
Oh, let's see this one. Am I the asshole for insisting that our baby takes my 25 female surname instead of my fiance's 26 male?
Oh.
I believe they are British. Yes.
Oh, are they British?
Yeah. Because, okay, me, 25 female, and my fiance, Arjun, 26 male. Oh, we're naming people. Okay. Are currently 5 months along in our pregnancy with our unexpected but very welcome first child, a daughter. Relevant to the story, I am white British and he is of Indian descent, 3rd generation in UK. This is a throwaway account as I don't want this to be linked to my actual account. Okay, then why did you write his name on there?
Maybe it's a fake name.
Maybe. We met 6 years ago at university. On a group project where we were sorted alphabetically by surname, and the rest is history. Obviously, I'm not going to put our actual surnames on the internet, but they are both 3 or more syllables and begin and end with the same letter and sound. For the sake of the post, say his is Mukherjee and mine is Mulvaney. Okay, sure. So she has a very British sounding name and he has a very Indian sounding name. That's what it sounds like. We have decided our daughter's first and middle names are and are looking at the surname situation, which has been heated. I've always been resolute in keeping my surname, and while I always thought I would double barrel my any kid's names, given the similarity and length of our surnames, we both agree it would be really unfair to the kid, as it would be a tongue twister that she would have to explain through school. So originally she wanted both names in there,
right?
But now they're like, you know what? It's a little too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. Look, this kid's gonna have like 17 names at some point.
So I suggested we use my surname as the surname and have his as the second middle name, basically on all important documentation. So if he is taking her anywhere, it's easier and won't be called up on it. Whilst he said the second middle name was a good idea, he was angry and upset that I want to use my surname when the passing the name down is something fathers do. Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thing is, in my opinion, surnames are very linked to families, and his family have made it very clear that I'm not welcome. Oh, there's drama. There's further drama. His parents, despite both being born in the UK, disagree with our relationship and want him to marry another person from his culture. Ooh, I see. I have only met them about 5 times due to how deeply unpleasant they are to me, and he has a distant relationship with them too.
God, that would suck.
Oh, that would suck so much.
Brutal.
Honestly, I think it might be a bit of a deal breaker almost.
Yeah, it's just,
like,
it's just so shitty.
Yeah, like imagine having, because that's like you're not just marrying one, like a person. You're marrying the kind of the family, right? So it's like, oh, that's so shitty. Okay. Let's see. My parents and brother, 24 male, have been the ones to take us under their wings, be there for him, and even offer up our home for a bit when he moved to our city. He is super close with them, and my brother is one of his groomsmen in our wedding next year, and I want to honor them by giving our surname to our child. I want our daughter's surname to represent a place where she and both her parents are always welcome. He says I have a brother who can carry on the family name. You know what? This man is pissing me off.
Yeah, he's pissing me off.
Whilst he has a sister who has already had kids, and I retorted saying, I don't see why that duty should only be for men. I said, it's not the Middle Ages anymore, and I'm contributing as much money and time into our daughter. And also, literally, she's the one fucking pushing the baby out. God, until you can grow the fucking baby in your goddamn uterus, shut the fuck up. Anyways.
Rose, I'm 5 months pregnant right now.
Let's see. I'm contributing as much money and time to our daughter, am growing and birthing her, and have a family who have supported our relationship and her unconditionally. It became a fight, so I went to my parents, the next town over, where I am typing this now so we could get a breather. They don't know the situation. I get that men have come to expect to have the surname, so I feel really guilty, but I want to carry mine on too. Any advice is super appreciated, as I really don't know what to do. Ooh, this one's a tough one. What do you think?
So? I mean, to me, I think the whole like last name thing is like, who the fuck cares?
It pisses me off. This is one of those traditions that I think needs to fucking go. And like, fuck you and your motherfucking man's fucking pushing passing on the goddamn surname down the
know.
generations. Fuck you.
Because
I'm the one growing the goddamn baby.
Exactly. And like, guys, I'm gonna get a little bit dark here, okay,
Oh,
for a
God,
second.
what are you gonna say?
But like, hear me out here.
I know what you're gonna say, Daniel. You're gonna say one day we're just not gonna exist. Nobody's gonna know about our existence.
Exactly. And no one's gonna give a fuck about last names, all this shit, guys. We are a blip in history. And like, you know, all these guys are like, oh, I need to spread my seed and pass my name down. It's like half the time, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Do I know who the original fucking Davies is that like passed, made sure that all their kids had the Davies last name? I don't know really that much further past my grandfather.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
At the end of the day, it's
so
like
stupid.
we just know our like immediate family for the most part. Like, I don't really know like my generations 100 and 20 or 150 years in the past.
It's just such a narcissistic, self-obsessed, misogynistic tradition, and it pisses me the fuck off.
It's like one of the, it's like the symbolism, it's like,
exactly,
I'm the one that's going to pass my name down because I'm the man. It's the same. It's like when women get married and the dad hands them over to the, and then they take the name,
pisses me off.
And then they take the name of their partner.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
so the man, it's like the woman's always owned by the man. Like the whole thing pisses me off. Like the woman marries into the man, and then the dad, like, because she, God forbid, she has a life of her own. Oh, even before marriage, the groom like calls the dad and asks for permission. How come I don't have to call my man to ask, or my man's dad to ask his permission?
That's actually a really good point.
Like, why do you need to get permission to marry me from someone else that's not me, bitch? Ask me permission.
Exactly. Actually, it's funny that you say that because I'm like, it's interesting that you don't have to ask the generally the tradition.
Well, it's not interesting because it's a misogynistic tradition.
It's crazy because you're right.
That's there by design.
Yeah.
Because a woman is owned by the dad, who's a man.
Yeah.
Because like they also don't call the mom usually; they call the dad.
Yeah.
The woman is owned by the dad until they get passed on the ownership to another man. She has to take the last name of the man, traditionally speaking. I'm glad we're kind of moving a little bit away from that direction.
Oh, definitely. People are moving.
A lot of people are. Not always, but a lot of people are. So the woman, again, takes the last name of so marries into that family instead of the other way around, has a fucking baby, carries the baby for 9 months, ruins her body, and guess what? Who gets the credit? The dad.
Yeah.
Fuck this fucking tradition. It's so fucking stupid. It pisses me the fuck off. I'm carrying on the family name of Lee.
Yes.
There's not enough Lees in the world.
I mean, there's probably like millions, but
it's literally the most common last name.
This is another thing too. It's like we need to carry on these last names, right? Like symbolism of carrying on this last name.
Like how many Lees are there? 5 million?
Exactly.
500 million?
Are they going to know this Lee from that Lee and that Lee from this Lee and like this Davies from this Davies and this Davies and this Davies and this Davies? Because there's probably like a million.
Me off.
I know, it's the dumbest thing.
It pisses me off.
But
anyways, so what do you think about this situation? But okay, so the thing is, she's already fucking married to this man. Okay, so and she's having a child with this man.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, so he grew up with parents that are very traditional.
Very traditional.
So I'm not surprised that he has those views. And I almost don't blame him because he
that's
still,
what he grew. He's a product of what he grew up in. Right?
Even though he's, obviously married outside of his race, which his parents do not approve of, even though they fucking moved to the UK 3 generations ago. Goddamn, get with the goddamn times.
This is one thing that really, this really frustrates me. And I do get why, for example, if you move to like another country and stuff, it's like maybe you you would be like, you know what, in an ideal situation, which guess what, guys, the world's not perfect. None of us are in fucking ideal situations. Yes, you know what, if I move to like some other place, I'd like my child to date someone of the same race and culture and religion and everything else. The reality is, especially for like the one thing I noticed, especially when you leave certain countries, and like some countries are very what's the word, unicultural, in a sense that like 90% of the population is of one race, of one religion. It's like very that. So when you're in those situations, of course it makes sense because like
everyone's Korean.
Exactly. Well, if we use Korea as an example, it's like, I want Rose to marry a Korean man.
This is also very prevalent in Korean culture, and it drives me crazy.
And it's like, if you're in South Korea, it fucking makes sense because like 95% of the people there are fucking Korean.
Yeah.
So like your chance of meeting someone is very high. But when you move somewhere where it's like you're now a minority and maybe like, I don't know, 5% of the population's Korean, it's like that expectation is crazy.
It's
because
ridiculous.
It's like, you know what, you're limiting your person to maybe this small subset of people, and maybe they're all shitty or maybe they're not great for that person,
Yeah. And
So-
it drives me crazy because it's like, okay, I can understand maybe you having your own preference, great, fine, whatever. But pushing that onto your kids, like, don't you just want your kids to be happy? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, shut up. You had your kids. They are individuals. They're not in your womb anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, you should not be trying to control every aspect of their life.
Yeah.
Like the partner they choose. Like, oh. Anyways, what do
Yeah.
you think? Do you think she's gonna win this battle?
Oh,
What do you think is gonna
God.
happen?
I don't know. I think they just need to go and have.
I think they need to have the double name situation at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because like they're both getting a credit, right? So one of them's gonna be the last name. One of them's gonna be the second middle name.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know. I guess this is one where it's like, you know what? You're gonna have to sit down. Maybe you need a mediator or something to help fucking find some middle ground.
You do a coin toss or something.
I know, of the fucking the last name, because it's so important. You know, defines everything about how that person's gonna behave. Everything is based on their last fucking name.
I think like for both of them, it's like it's about what it represents. So for
Yeah.
her, it's like, oh my God, your family didn't even accept me into your,
Exactly.
and so I don't want my child getting that name.
Yes.
And then for him, it's about like, oh, I'm the man, so
Yeah.
of course they should take my last name.
And you have
because-
brothers,
Exactly. Yeah. Like what the fuck?
so your brothers can
Like
pass the
I'm
last
sorry,
name.
he's from India. There's probably about 5 million people with that same last name.
This is the thing. It's like, who cares about your last name? Like, this is the thing that's so ridiculous, especially now. It's like, thinking about carrying on this last name, right? Maybe in like the medieval times, it was more important because, like, let's say you're in a village and there's only like, you're in the bloodline of the Smiths,
Yeah.
and there's no one else in the whole fucking country that has that last name because there's not that many people. So it held a different bearing back then.
Yeah.
Because it was like, hey, oh, Rose Lee, from the Lee family.
The Lee clan.
Exactly. And then they'd be like, oh yeah, we know her. That family represented something. It was like they had a certain thing, or maybe they had a certain social standing. Maybe they're a family of like entrepreneurs or whatever it might be, right?
Sure.
Whereas now it's like, that is gone. That is
Yeah.
long gone. So it's like somebody's last name is becoming way less relevant in terms of like, exactly like how many Lees there are. Like literally, I don't know, there's just so many. It doesn't necessarily represent what it used to, right? It's
Yeah.
not about carrying on your last name anymore so much.
So would you take your husband's last name?
Nope.
Oh, you're keeping yours.
I'm keeping mine.
You don't want to have a cohesive family last name. See, that's the only reason why I
Yeah.
might consider changing my last name. Although I
Yeah.
would like, I would like an equal say in this.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like, it's just such like it fucking pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, it's like what it represents.
I
I do
know.
not want to take someone's last name because I think it is fucking backwards. I
Yeah.
don't like this tradition.
I wouldn't mind like, so
What about hyphen?
Yeah, I don't mind the hyphen. The hyphen works for me. I'm like, maybe I'd do a hyphen situation with my partner. Like maybe I'm like, whatever the last name happens to be. Or I just keep my own. Like, I don't know. I've had friends in both camps. Like I've had friends that, so I don't know if I have any friends that have done hyphen that I'm aware of, but I definitely know friends that haven't changed their last name, for example, when they got married. And then I have friends that have.
I wonder how easy it is to change your last name.
I think it's like a pain in the ass.
That's another thing. The women have to go through that fucking pain in the ass too.
Exactly. You have to go through all your government documents. You
It's
have to
fucking
do
bullshit.
your passport, your license, your banking information, everything.
This is how I see it. If I'm going to change my last name, you're going to change your last name.
Yeah.
We're going to both be hyphens because fuck this bullshit.
Exactly.
Fuck the patriarchy.
Yeah, there you go. But then you have to think if your last names sound good fused together. Anyway,
on.
wait, what's the comment section? What people be saying?
Oh yeah, let's see. This is a hard one to be honest.
I know it is a hard. I get it.
Yeah.
I get the
kind
traditional
of get
mind.
both sides a little bit.
But also, I'm just like, it's the 21st century.
I know.
Like, you need to get rid of that. Because, like, if my partner's like, oh, I want to carry on my last name, I'm going to turn to them and, like, let's say their last name is, like, I don't know, fucking Smith. Like, you know how many Smiths are in fucking Calgary alone? Do you think it really matters carrying on your last name? There's, like, 50 million Smiths. Like, no,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Okay, let's see here. Not the asshole. Is your family welcoming of him? Would he be open to taking your family line name on? And then she said, yes, my family are very welcoming and very close to him. He even asked my brother to be groomsman. I don't think he would want to take my surname. So marriage is on the table. Could a merge and a new name be created? See, this is what I would
That's another
compromise with.
possibility, yeah.
Merge the name, create a new last name. Because for the baby, I think they could put anything down, right?
Yeah.
So they'd just be like, okay, hyphen.
That's actually kind of cool. Instead of doing, like, a hyphenated name, maybe you come
Or
up
like
with a completely
create,
new last name.
like like put the two words together and create a new word. Because like names are just made up anyway. You could just do whatever the fuck you want.
Like you could take, for example, if I married someone with the last name Lee, just using it as an example, and I'm Davies, maybe it could be the last name
Dave Lee.
Dave Lee. Exactly.
Dave Lee.
Daniel Dave Lee. Oh God. Yeah, I kind of love it though.
Oh my God.
Just like hyphenate it together. Not hyphenate it,
Yeah,
but
you
like
could do that.
It
Yeah, fusing it together.
come up with a new last name that you both have to take. And that's not how you're known from now on.
Someone said, not the asshole. The fact that the baby follows the patriarchal line is outdated. I agree. As someone with in a relationship with someone with a clunky double-barreled name, big note to that too. However, you might want to consider what his surname means to him, though I do get your point about his family. It definitely needs a calm discussion. How involved is he in other aspects of the name? And then first name is a name that both blah, 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 blah. Okay, hold on. No, what is this? No assholes here.
Yeah.
Maybe with a little everyone sucks here. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are two opposites, but okay. Neither of you is wrong for wanting to use your name. That's the thing. This is a hard one.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to call him necessarily an asshole. I think he's a little bit too traditional.
Yeah.
And that's not my cup of tea, to be honest.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, again, it's hard when you grow up with that mindset and you think, okay, because like, you know, you're the man. I have to fucking pass on my fucking name.
Yeah.
Even though I don't even get along with my fucking parents and I barely see them.
Yeah.
Like, fuck your family name.
Exactly. And you're like, okay, cool. You're like disowning yourself from your parents practically, and you still want their last name. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And again, like in the grand scheme of things, like I said, we're not here for that long.
Yeah.
Like our family past name, and now the last names don't mean as like they did in the like.
Yeah.
Back in the like ancient times, they actually meant something. Like,
right.
for example, if my family was like blacksmiths. That would be like our job, and I would do it. My father would do it. My grandfather. So like my last name would be associated with that.
Right.
So they would know right away. Oh, he's from the Davies family.
Right.
So he's in the blacksmith industry. He's doing
right.
X. Whereas now it's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
it's like completely different, and it's like that's just not. It's not as relevant.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
The only relevance that we have is like us and our immediate family, really.
I think it's interesting because in Korea, there's only a few last names that are just everywhere. So Kim, Lee, Park. And so everyone kind of has very similar last names. So I guess it's not that like relevant.
Yeah.
Like nobody cares that much. I don't know. But I think it was a law for a long time that you couldn't marry someone of the same last name as you, which kind of fucks you over because everyone has the fucking same last name.
Yeah.
But like if you were a Lee, you technically, I think for a while, I don't think anymore, you couldn't marry another Lee. But it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone's a Lee.
And also because a lot of like Chinese people have the last name Lee too.
Yeah, but that's different. They're in China, so it's a little different.
True.
We're talking in Korea.
This is very true. Let's see. Am I the asshole for not giving our dog back to my ex after our breakup, even though I said I would? Ooh, okay.
Oh no.
Here's interesting. 8 months ago, my ex, 30 female, broke up with me, 32 male, after a year and a half together. During the relationship, we bought an apartment and adopted a stray puppy, Doggy, who became incredibly important to me, especially after I went through a period of severe depression and anxiety triggered by workplace harassment. Both my ex and Doggy played...
What? How do you say the name?
Doggy.
You mean Doggy?
Yeah.
Both
my ex and Doggy played...
It's Doggy, Daniel.
played a vital role in my recovery. I even considered registering him as an emotional support animal, but backed out, not wanting to change his playful nature through training.
Okay, wait. Is this a girl or a guy that's talking? Okay, the guy is talking.
Yeah, so him and his girlfriend.
They got a dog. They broke up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm like, maybe don't get a dog after like, because they were together for like a year and a half. So maybe like wait a little bit to get an animal.
Keep reading, Daniel.
Anyway. After we split, we agreed she would stay in the apartment while I found another place and that we'd share custody of Doggy.
Doggy, Daniel, Doggy. It's not even spelt different.
You know what?
I'm going to kill you.
Alternating every 2 weeks. Meanwhile, we'd figure out what to do with the apartment, sell or rent, etc. The apartment had issues. It needed renovations. We never finished and was facing potential expropriation. So selling it seemed like a long, complicated process. She initially offered to buy my share, but backed out when I asked.
Wait, so they bought an apartment together as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so they like merged everything,
Yeah.
got a dog. Fucking hell. At least get married first. Continue.
I know. And it's crazy because they were together for a year and a half.
Yeah, that's a little too
So I'm
short,
like,
honestly.
And he sounds like they had the dog for a while. So it's like, it sounds like they got a dog after like quite quick.
Yeah, you got to think about these things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so later she proposed buying my, she initially offered to buy my share out of the property, but backed out when I asked how much she'd pay. Later, she proposed buying my part for 2/3 of the original value, despite us having invested more money in it for repairs.
So she wants to buy it out for cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, she wants to buy out his half.
You're right. But she doesn't want to pay the full price.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sounds like it. Because, like, I mean, why are you like, hey, let's say me and you bought a place together, and it's like, hey, Rose, I'm going to buy you out, but I'm just going to give you 2/3 of what it's worth.
It's weird.
It's like, no. 2 months ago, I went to collect some things, and she pressed me for an answer about the apartment. I said I needed more time because her offer was too low. That's when she told me she didn't want to share custody of Doggy anymore. I said if that was the case, we would have to settle it legally. On the day she was supposed to hand him over, she told me she wouldn't, that I had threatened her and that Doggy was hers all along, and she only loaned him to me. I had a panic attack. I was devastated.
Oh no.
Later,
wait, does she have him at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like it.
And she's like, I'm not going to give you him.
Yeah, because they were going to share custody of the dog.
This is awful. Continue.
Yeah. Later, since I had made a counter offer on the apartment, asking for just the cost plus what we've spent in improvements, she accepted. I told her how much her actions were hurting me. She agreed to let me have Doggy one last time under the condition that it would truly be the last time.
What?
I didn't want to accept, but I felt I had no choice. She kept her word and gave me Doggy. I followed through on the apartment sale, but in the month I spent with Doggy, I realized how deep my bond with him was.
Oh.
I didn't feel it was fair to be forced to give him up completely. The day before I was supposed to return him 2 days ago, I texted her saying I didn't agree with how things were handled and asked to talk things through so we could reach a mutual agreement. She was furious and reminded me I had promised to give him back and that this was meant to be the final time.
But what? Okay, sorry, continue.
I know. I truly meant to return Doggy, but when the moment came, I couldn't do it. The anxiety of possibly never seeing him again overwhelmed me.
Oh.
Still, I offered a compromise. She could keep Doggy, but we'd share custody until the end of the year so I could gradually detach from him. I sent that message yesterday and she hasn't replied. I do feel guilty for not keeping my word, but I honestly don't know what else to do. Am I the asshole?
Oh, God.
God, no.
Why is she not willing to share custody? Like, people that don't have dogs or pets don't realize this is like your child, okay?
Yeah.
So why does she feel like she's entitled to to the dog?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. First, she's like, oh, I'm going to pay you 2/3 of the original price.
Yeah.
And then when he declines that, she's like, well, I'm going to keep the dog.
Yeah.
It's almost like using the dog as like a bargaining chip.
Well, and now he's like, well, it's kind of
Is
like.
that what she did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
right?
messy. Well, she said, where does she say? She said, blah, 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 2 months ago. Where is it? After I agreed, she said she split that we'd share. Well, after we split, we agreed she would stay in the apartment while I found another place and that we'd share custody of Doggy, alternating every 2 weeks. Meanwhile, we'd figured out what to do with the apartment because they owned it, right? The apartment had issues, blah, blah, blah. So selling it seemed. She initially offered to buy my share, but
For
backed
2/3.
out.
No,
not yet.
for
But
backed out.
But backed out when I asked her how much she'd pay. Later, she proposed buying my part for 2/3 the original value, despite us having invested more money for repairs. I said I needed more time to consider the offer, and that's when she told me she didn't want to share custody of Doggy anymore.
She sounds awful.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. This sounds like a really messy situation.
Yeah. They need to sit down and actually have a conversation.
Oh.
Do not bring the dog.
Yeah. Or what they need to do is you can get those you pay for.
Like a lawyer?
Well, it's kind of like a lawyer, but like a mediator kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where there's a middle person that actually, I think it is still legally binding, where they help you find some kind of middle ground.
Yeah.
And then if you can't come to terms with that, then it goes to court.
Right.
And then whatever the person that's the mediator recommends, that actually holds a lot of value in court. So
right.
For example, if me and you were there and we were a bitter couple and we were fucking fighting and I was being an asshole and then the mediator sent that to the court and was like, Daniel's being unreasonable. He won't meet in the middle ground.
Yeah.
They'll take that.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's what they need to do. Like, just get some legal lawyer or fucking just sort it out. Like, and also a lesson learned, when you're starting a relationship, maybe don't rush into like buying a place and getting a dog.
People get really insane post breakup.
I know.
That's just so awful. It's like to use the dog as this, I don't know. Cause that's devastating. Like, that is not okay. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think he's an asshole. I think, well, maybe because he kind of agreed. So maybe he shouldn't have agreed to that to begin with. I don't know why he agreed to that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, I didn't think I'd be this emotional. I'm like, how did you not know?
Exactly.
Like, did you not have a bond with Doggy before this? Like, how did you not know that you would get this attached? Yeah. Clearly you got attached. I mean, you were already attached. So I don't know why he agreed to begin with.
Yeah.
And then later on, he's like, no. But then I also understand why he doesn't want to give the dog to her, because it sounds like she's never going to contact him again.
Exactly. Ah, God, these comments are all over the place.
Oh, yeah? Are they like, so no one's coming to this is hard to come to a consensus.
Exactly.
Because,
saying,
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think she's definitely the asshole.
Yeah.
I can't decide if he's the asshole.
So it says here, everyone sucks here. You are both playing revenge on each other. It sounds like you will need to settle this legally once and for all. You made a deal to return the dog and didn't. Verbal agreement. As much as you need the dog, she may as well. It will probably come down to whose name is on the receipt for the animal, as it is considered property.
The thing is, though, he didn't return the dog, or he agreed to it maybe because she was holding the dog hostage until he was like, oh, okay, I'll kind of go by your own terms. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he already thought, oh, fuck, like, she's going to take the dog. I'm never going to see him again unless I agree to this. So I kind of understand why he did that. But also, again, like, God, no wonder you broke up. Could you not have a fucking conversation?
Yeah.
What else is people saying?
Not the asshole. I don't think she's an asshole either. It's a tough situation for both of you. You adopted the dog together and both formed a bond with him. It does not seem reasonable to expect a former partner to give that up. Why does she not want you to keep seeing Doggy? Is it because she does not want to see you again? Does she have a reason to believe Doggy is more hers than yours that you haven't disclosed? Let's see.
God, that's so tough.
I know. Everyone sucks here. What's best for the dog? All I read are two people only thinking about themselves and not considering what's best for the animal. I get that you're attached to Doggy and he helps with your anxiety and depression, but Doggy isn't a toy and has his own feelings. Which person is he most attached to? Who did the majority of care? If you get into a mental health rut and struggle just to care for yourself, can you still manage to care for a doggy? This is messy and you two are putting Doggy in the middle of it. Once one of you gets the dog, none of this custody nonsense, since you both clearly can't respect it.
See, this is another thing with the custody stuff. It is tough with sharing custody of like the dog. Yeah. Because for the dog, it's very confusing. And also, like, I just heard it's just not good because dogs are like, they are creatures of habit. They like a routine. Like, they love a routine. So I don't think they like, you know, going from place to place, constantly switching back and forth, having like two owners. Like, I don't think it's the best for them as far as I've heard. But at the same time, like, I understand.
I think it takes it's like one of those things where it's like, even if you move into a new house or you and your dog, they take time to acclimatize, get used to it. They like to be comfortable.
Yes, they have their routine and they stick to it. Yeah. So that's a tough one. I don't know.
Goddamn, I don't know. I think it's just
the lesson is don't get a dog with someone you've dated for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Well, definitely shorter than a year and a half.
Yeah. Well, because it sounds like they would have got the dog sooner.
Yeah, because they broke up after a year and a half.
Exactly. So it's like, maybe wait a little bit longer to like get a dog, you know? God. But it does suck because I've had friends that have been in relationships where they had a dog and then like they split up and then it's like somebody gets the dog. Like, that's just the reality. Yeah. Generally. And
that's so shitty.
I know.
I think so. I think that's the only way to do it. It's very hard to just share custody.
Yeah. Well, especially if you guys don't really want to see each other anymore. Like, if there's no kids involved and stuff and I split up with somebody, like, chances are I'm probably not going to see them again.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Our relationship is done unless we become friends after. But like, if it's like a clear break, no hard feelings, but it's like, there's no reason for us to see each other anymore, really, you know? Yeah.
Anyways,
big crazies.
That's a sad one. God damn.
Poor doggy.
God.
Did that just for you, Rose.
I know you did. Let's see.
But you're right. I think with animals, it gets really confusing because at least with kids, you can kind of explain it. Like, hey, you're with your mom's for a week. You're at mine for a week.
Exactly.
And it makes more sense for kids. But for dogs, they don't know what's going on. So they're like, oh, I'm at this house for 1 week. I'm at this house for 1 week. And then they probably develop anxiety.
It's so sad. Okay. I don't know what this is, but we're going to go with
Let's dive in.
Am I the asshole for not letting my boyfriend use my phone charger?
Oh, bum, bum, bum.
I just have had so many problems with people borrowing my charger. What are you, 12?
I know, I was going to say.
Or mixing up the charging cable accidentally. So then my charger doesn't work anymore. I just don't want to deal with this, especially in my own house with my boyfriend. Oh my God. I wrote my name on the charger so he knows he should use the other two. His own, obviously, or the charger for my tablet. The tablet one I care less so he can use. But don't touch my phone charger. So today I go in my room and cannot see my charger in its designated space. I go and ask him and he says he had to use the cable and now it's downstairs. Mistake 1. Don't use my fucking charger.
She sounds fun.
Also, why the fuck do I need to go downstairs to get my own charger, put it back into its place? You just made me walk for nothing. This was mistake 2.
Wow.
And I go downstairs and I see 2 random charging cables on the couch. No idea which one was originally mine, which is mistake 3. Why did you mess up the cables and how will I know which one is mine? I'm so frustrated, and I get even more frustrated because people seem to be fine with these things. So I went and told him this, and he says it doesn't matter which cable was mine. What? Am I the asshole?
Oh my God.
Oh, I think you might have some OCD.
You know what I think she should do? Go on Amazon, buy yourself 10 charging cables for like fucking, I don't know, $20. Like they're not that expensive, and fucking have one in every room and the problem solved, okay? Like this is ridiculous. Yes, she's the asshole. I mean, what do you think about this, Rose?
Yeah, she's the asshole. Like, what?
Like I get it. It is a kind of annoying when someone uses your charger because I've had this many times where like I have my chargers go missing, things go missing, you know, this and this and this. And I live by myself, so I don't know how it happens, but maybe I'm just losing things. I'm losing it, guys.
Well,
but
losing something.
But I'll bring a charger, forget it at a friend's house. Like,
yeah,
anyway,
these things happen.
these things
Chargers
happen.
get misplaced. People use each other's chargers. It's very normal.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, I get it. If they were like $1,000 for one charger, then maybe I'd be like, yes, do not touch my charger. Like, it's like, they're just so easy and cheap.
God, imagine having a go at your...
Well, imagine living with someone like that. Because I guarantee she's not just like that with her charger. She's probably like, my laptop had a place. You moved it from my desk to the other desk.
She might have some OCD or some mental health problems.
She 100% has OCD. I put my name on my charger. I plug it into my... It has a designated spot. Like, come on.
Like, I could kind of see, like, maybe if she had... Obviously, the boyfriend knows that she cares a lot about this charger.
Yes.
So maybe be a little bit aware. But at the same time, it's like... And also maybe next time be like, hey, can I use your charger?
Yeah.
And she'd probably be like, fuck no.
There's an easy solution for everyone. Like I said, either she goes online and orders a shitload of chargers from Amazon,
yeah.
or he goes online and orders a shitload of Amazon chargers so that he doesn't have to fucking use hers. And leave hers in the designated spot and have maybe a drawer in your kitchen that just has a fucking shitload of chargers.
Someone said, dumb question, but why don't you just have multiple chargers around the house?
There you go.
I have one in the bedroom, one at my desk, one in the kitchen, and one in the lounge, aside from the one in my bedroom, which has a 5-meter cable. The rest are blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then some, like, yeah. People were like, why don't you just do that?
Yep.
And then someone wrote, or the boyfriend could just be a decent human being and respect other people's belongings.
It's a fucking charger, guys.
Oh my God. Like, it's literally a charge. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't
Because I wouldn't even care if someone unplugged my charger and used it in the kitchen.
Unplug my charger, use it. As long as I know where it is.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, like.
Even if I don't, they're like, oh, it's
he was
downstairs.
just using a charger.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, it's downstairs. Fine, I'll go downstairs and get it.
It's not normal. But, like, God, some people defending
It's
that.
crazy as hell, Roses.
Someone wrote, everyone sucks here. I mean, it seems like this is an incredibly important issue to you, but you sound absolutely insufferable about it. Yeah, your boyfriend shouldn't have used your charger when you asked him not to, but this mistake 1, mistake 2, mistake 3 shit is so childish. Perhaps you weren't ready for a serious relationship if you're losing your shit this hard over this incredibly silly issue. This is the thing. It's like, God, you're losing your shit like this over your charger, writing on Reddit, naming each mistake one by one.
Yeah.
God, how do you deal with anything else? Because, like, that is the least of anyone's problems.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a lot. She sounds like a lot to deal with.
She sounds like someone I would never want to be close to, ever.
God damn. Am I the asshole for making my girlfriend pay me back for her own gas? Interesting. Okay. I, 28 male, live with my girlfriend, 46 female.
Oh, God damn.
So there's a bit of an age gap there.
That's a big age gap. That's like almost 20 years.
That's actually a huge...
Wait a second. Wait, how old?
He's 28. She's 46.
So what is it, 18 years?
Yeah.
Woo!
He
Bit of a cougar situation.
He likes a MILF. She owns a car and uses it for work almost daily. I work 2 jobs, one from home and the other within walking distance. All in all, she accounts for at least 95% of all the driving. My 5% is the occasional Costco run for groceries or the rare road trip to see family, during which I pay for the gas. So when I do use the car, it's often near empty. She doesn't fill the car on her way back from work because she's tired. Instead, she'll go to the gas station during the weekend. So I've made a habit, if I do a quick errand run during the weekend, of filling it up to save her a trip. I would keep the bill and add it to the others at the end of the month.
Oh my God. Okay,
however, this led to a big misunderstanding.
Wait, so he'll fill it up, but then he'll charge her for it.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
However, this led to this led to a big misunderstanding. Last month, I filled it twice, and when this led her half of the monthly bills to be higher, I explained that it was because of the gas she owed me. She got upset because she thought I was just paying for it. I told her I wasn't. She's the one driving it full time, and I just fill it up to save her a trip when I'm running an errand.
So at this point, she's not even aware until now that he's been charging her for the gas.
Yes.
Continue.
Yeah. So when it was clear we misunderstood each other, I apologized for the confusion. I genuinely thought I had made it clear what I was doing, but clearly I had an honest mistake. As far as I was concerned, that was it. Whether I save her the trip and she pays me at the end of the month, or she goes to the gas station and pays for it herself, it's the same amount of money. But I apologized. We cleared it up, and she paid me back for the gas. Fast forward to last weekend. I needed the car, and she said it was near empty. So I asked her if she wanted me to fill the car, knowing I'd add it to the bills. And she said no. She'd rather I give her $5 cash, do my errands with what little gas is left, and she'll go fill it up later, even though she has no other reasons to go out. When I reiterated that it's the same amount of money either way, and I'm just saving her a trip, she said she didn't care, that the misunderstanding left a bad taste in her mouth, and she would rather I don't spend any money on the car at all if it means she'll have to pay me back later. We got into a weird argument over it. I was trying to explain that it makes no sense to me. She's spending the same amount. She doesn't have to go out for it. But she got more annoyed with me and kept saying that we were doing it her way and that was that. Whether she insists on filling it up because she is beside the point, I just feel that she's doing this because she doesn't trust me, even though I never meant to mislead her. So am I the asshole for making her pay for her own gas? Part of me thinks I should have not made her pay for it since it wasn't initially clear, but for extra content, she earns nearly 4 times what I make right now, and we split the bills 50-50, but I'm barely covering my own half. I don't exactly have money to just gift her gas fills these days, and she is well aware of that. Am I the asshole?
No.
I mean, this sounds like a very messy situation.
This sounds like
God, I would just
it's such a turn off. Like, I understand that, you make less, she makes more. I get it. But this nickel and diming in a relationship where you live together.
Yeah. Is
just like, I don't know. How do you feel, Daniel? I don't know.
I also, okay, but I think we're also speaking from a place of privilege, right? Like,
I see that.
This is the thing. So I think for us, like, because like, obviously, like if I dated someone and they were kind of like on the same kind of salary that I'm on and everything else, I would be deeply offended if they were like, if they were like nickel and diming me and being like, by the way, I got your coffee yesterday. That's $5.
Yeah.
And I did this and that's another $3. So I've just like added it to the money that you're going to pay me for bills. And at the end of the month, I'll be like, okay, that's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Versus if they are on a lot less of income, they're struggling to make ends meet, then I do get a little bit of it. At the same time, I think it's a bit shitty. And I think if he is legitimately in this situation where he's like financially still trying to earn more money and whatever else, and he can't really afford to do it, then don't fucking fill up the tank. Like just leave it and leave it for her to fill up. Like honestly, what I would do if I was him is like, let's say I get the car and the car is almost on empty and I need to run some errands that day. I'll go put $10 in it. Yeah. And just use it for my errands. Yeah, and maybe the gas is a little bit higher than when I got it. Oh my God. Maybe it was like worth $2 I gave her in the tank. But I'm going to walk away and be like, I'm just going to pay the gas that I need to use. And that's it. And then for her to go to work, if the car's low, she needs to figure it out. And she can get her own gas.
Yeah, I guess so. I know you're right. I am speaking from like a
I get it,
perspective of privilege.
I get what you're saying though. Because like I feel the same. If I was dating somebody and they were like nickel and diming me, I would fucking hate it. Like I would hate it if they like took my car because I'm the kind of person like if I was dating someone, if the car is low on gas, I'm just gonna go fill up the gas.
Yeah, you're gonna fill up the gas.
I don't care. I'm not gonna be like, you owe me $20 for the gas tank that I filled up 3 weeks ago. It's like I'm not gonna fucking care.
The thing is, I think it's also the fact that he never told her. He's like, oh yeah, I guess I thought I had communicated it, but I guess I didn't. Clearly you fucking didn't because it's literally, what do you mean you thought you communicated? It's either I told her or I didn't.
Exactly.
And it sounds like you just wanted to look like you were paying for the fucking gas.
Exactly.
And you wanted to look like this really nice boyfriend that was paying for your gas and getting your gas. Oh, such a romantic boyfriend. But no, it's going to be added to the bill. So you're the fucking asshole because because you want to look like this doting boyfriend that's paying for your girlfriend's gas, but you're charging her for it.
Like, could you imagine? Like, that part is that part is cringe. Like, it's like cringe because they're paying for it. Bad. And then you think they're paying for it, and then at the end of the month they give you a fucking bill for it.
And she wasn't even aware.
That's
so she was probably like, "Oh, my boyfriend's so nice. Like even though he's not making much money, he's filling my gas and paying for it. Oh, so sweet,
so sweet."
And then suddenly it's like, "Fuck, it's on my bill."
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? I think that's the part where she is extra pissed. It's
of course.
Again, like every relationship dynamic is different and you can split bills however way you want, whatever. And as long as that's properly communicated.
Exactly.
But when you're acting like fucking knight in shining armor, like fucking the prince over here filling up your girlfriend's gas because she's too tired.
Yeah. This is why I do think you have a point when we talked about this before about like income disparities and things like that when it comes to dating.
Yeah.
And I do think there's something to be said about like, and I know this sounds terrible to say, but like if you date somebody that's like on a completely different income bracket than you, both ways, right? Like if you date someone that's like super fucking like multimillionaire versus also like someone that's like really struggling, it's going to create these dynamics in a relationship, right? Like, because like
you're going to have different expectations depending on where you fall
like,
in the...
Even for us, it's like our expectation is like, hey, if we go out to the coffee shop and your partner takes you out for a coffee, I don't expect at the end of the month to get a bill for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, you're treating me to a coffee, you know? Or like if you fill up the gas tank, I don't expect to be like, oh, I filled up the gas tank on this day.
Yeah.
This is your bill for it.
Exactly.
I'll be like, okay, that's a little bit fucked. But we're also speaking from a place of privilege, right? So that's where it gets a little tricky. Let's see these comments.
I think it's the fact that he pretended like he was filling it up and paying for it himself. I think that's what would really fucking piss me off.
Oh, these comments.
What is it saying?
So someone goes, she makes 4 times your salary and is old enough to be your mom. And she's making you pay for her gas. What the fuck are you even doing with your life? And then someone put, couldn't have said it couldn't have said it better myself. Then someone else, seriously, let the old girl get her own gas. Then someone put, plot twist, she is his mom. Everyone sucks here. Oh God. My goodness. You're the asshole for asking her the question you fill it or her, then arguing with her when you didn't agree with her answer. Why ask in the first place if you're going to insist that your way is the only way that makes sense?
That's true.
Because he was like, should I fill it or do you want to just fill it? And she's like, I'll just fill it. It's like, but I'll just fill it. It's fine.
Like, why does that even matter?
Yeah. I think she doesn't like scorekeeping would be my guess. There is no right or wrong way to deal with this, but you need to discuss and come to an agreement beforehand, not just one partner saying this is how it's going to be. By the way, there is much more money that goes into car ownership than just gas. If she's letting you use her car, you do need to be paying for more than just gas. But that is something you need to figure out together.
Oh, so he's using her car.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this.
I know.
God, what are you? The thing is, like, it's like with cars, it's like, are you checking the mileage? Are you seeing how much she drives mileage wise and how much you drive mileage wise? And is that proportionate to the gas that she's paying and you're paying? Like,
exactly.
Fuck off.
This is the thing. So many people are putting this. You're the asshole. When I didn't have a car and relied on borrowing other people's cars to do errands, I always filled it up every time.
Go.
That's my thanks for letting them let me borrow their car.
Exactly.
If you don't want to have a car, then don't take an Uber to do your errands and see how much that costs, or start contributing to the maintenance insurance for your girlfriend's car. Then someone else put what I suggested. You could also just put $10 of gas in when you use it. There are alternatives of being petty and trying to bill her at the end of the month.
For some reason, I thought he had his own car and he once in a while drove and I don't know why I thought that, but
he was saying,
this changes everything.
Yeah.
You're borrowing your girlfriend's car unless you're paying for other stuff surrounding the car, which I feel like he's not.
Yeah.
You better fucking put some money in that gas fucking tank.
Exactly.
And not charge your girlfriend.
Because get this, she owns a car. So it's at the beginning, she owns a car.
So the payments are like, payments are huge.
Yeah. And then he said all in all, she accounts for 95% of all the driving because she drives it to work. And all
and
stuff.
Also the 95%, I'm sorry, are you counting the percentages? Do you have an Excel spreadsheet?
Apparently he does.
Like, I feel like the 95%, it's like, probably exaggerated. And also, the fact that you're sharing the car, whether or not she drives it more, she's probably the one paying for most of it.
She probably pays the insurance. She probably pays the oil change. Are you paying the oil changes and the maintenance? Like,
so she probably thought, oh yeah, since I own the car and he's using it once in a while, it's definitely him filling up the gas and paying for it.
Exactly.
That's the least you could fucking do once in a while.
Exactly. And that's another thing too. Like if my partner was borrowing my car all the time, not all the time, but like to run errands and stuff, I'd be like, great, you filled up the tank. I wouldn't expect him to then bill me because then I'd be like, because then you know what I could do? I could turn around and say, well, according to my calculation, you've used the car. You used the car 6% of the time this month. So the insurance is $250 times 6%. You actually owe me that. Plus, I did I did an oil change. I went to got maintenance. We also did the tires. So you're gonna pay. Like, it's so stupid.
No. He's the asshole, 1000%.
Yeah.
They both like need to work out what the fuck is going on there.
Yeah.
And women, what are you doing with this 28-year-old? Like, come on. He could be your son, for Christ's sake.
I can think of one reason why she's with him.
What?
The D.
You know, older men also have the D.
This is true. And sometimes as we've all learned in life, we have learned this as well. It's better through time. But one thing I was going to say is sometimes the D ain't worth it. And on that positive note.
Especially if they're billing you for gas.
Oh my! I just couldn't even imagine how cringy. Like, I would actually, like, if my partner did that to me, I would just be like, "You're kidding, right? Like, is this a joke?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to play this game?
Like,
it's so dumb.
Anyway, guys, don't do tacky shit. Okay. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of this. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole?
Let us know if you are watching on YouTube in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Of course, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel and even join our YouTube channel if you would like to support us monthly with a membership. You get bonus content every month. You get ad-free content, and you get a little shout out in the beginning, usually the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
What else? Is that it?
That's it. And the episodes a week before everyone else.
Yes, episodes a week before everybody else. And you can also get the same perks on Patreon. So you can check Patreon out as well if you would prefer that.
Yep.
And follow us on your favorite podcast platform.
Perfect.
Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.